Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again to the Trans Day Visibility celebration on GDQ Hotfix. I am Helix, and let me just say there's a reason that we have made Celeste Voyage 100% our finale. I hope you all have enjoyed the show thus far, but let's close out day one. Remember, there's still day two, but let's close out day one with Carrarium. Take it away.
Hi there, everybody. It's me, carrarium. Welcome to Voyage. This is a fun new speedrun that I alone, well, not I alone, I have someone with me who has helped along with this. But this is a brand new modded speedrun that I've been routing myself over the last 2 months. A Metroidvania themed Tunic-inspired Celeste modded map in the Easy Lobby of Secret Santa Collab 2024. And with me is the inspiration for why I'm speedrunning this at all. Commentary?
Hi, I'm Aquamarine, or just Molly. Yep, I made a task of this map that only got the berries, so Carrie's been doing some unique routing that even I didn't think of.
Oops! What if I did more than that? Let's lead ourselves over to Voyage. You can get a quick look before we hop right in. So Secret Santa Collab 2024, a really wonderful collab where a lot of Celeste modders made custom-made maps for other Celeste modders based off of like prompts that they requested. And this one, Voyage, was made by Flagpole 1UP for Soloini. Apologies if I messed up your name. I've never actually had to say it in front of people before. But this map is incredible. We are going to be collecting a lot of berries, a lot of custom abilities, and also a lot of journals that tell you a lot about this fun little world, as well as Flagpole's dev experience with making this. There is also a cat. We will pet the cat. It is evil not to pet the cat for 100%. But yeah, I am excited to show you what's going on. There's going to be a lot to talk about. So yeah, I am Molly. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, trans rights.
Trans rights.
All right, so kind of like your classic vanilla Celeste, we're going to start off without the ability to dash, but we also have a lot of other abilities that are not currently unlocked. Molly, if you could talk a little bit about that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so the only thing we can do right now, really, is jump on the ground. We cannot wall jump, we cannot grab walls, we cannot climb walls.
But with this collection of the dash boots, we can now dash, and we collect our first journal, of which there are 21. Nice save there. And a fun thing about this map is there are a lot of hidden berries using dash codes similar to the Holy Cross in Tunic. So there was a little bit of moss in the background that told you, hey, do this dash code and you can get a secret.
Also, like Tunic, you don't really have to unlock the ability to do those codes. If you know them, you can just do them whenever.
All right, and there we go. So there are also warp stations in this particular map. These are going to be very useful in helping us warp from place to place, because this is a very, very big map. That was a huge coyote time. I don't know what happened there. That's never happened to me before.
Alright, so cool little time save here. That animation takes a lot of time to make something appear, so we don't have to wait around for it in this case, because we're coming back here later on. Aw.
Tried to do a little bit of swag there, and that did not work. Yeah, so there's a lot of macro routing in this map. We're going to retrace our steps multiple times. So there are parts where we can activate a berry, and then we're going to go back for that berry later. That was not going to work. I knew that wasn't going to work, so I did not test my luck. Yeah, we are on our way to get an item called the Power Glove. The Power Glove is going to give us the ability to grab walls and to jump off of walls, but not necessarily to climb walls. Berry. We got a little bit of a journal here, and I'm going to try to do something swag like that. All right, so we have 4 rooms in this area, all of which have a hidden dash code or a not so hidden dash code. This one is on this cube that spirals menacingly in the background.
Fan favorite.
It is a fan favorite. This one was really hard for me to do casually for reasons that just tell the audience that I am not very smart. This map took me 14 hours to beat.
Alright, so this is a trick that I found in the tasks. This map has a manual similar to Tunic. The way it's implemented, it puts you into dummy state. And in that state, screen borders don't work. So transitions don't work, but also you can't fall into the pit and die, you just keep falling. So then when you close it, you can spawn in another room that wasn't intended to be a transition.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same right here. Trans rights, by the way. So we're gonna wait 15 seconds to fall into another room. And this is going to cause something really funny to happen when we enter this next area. Hopefully I get all of the timing right here. Not quite, but that still gives me a decent spawn point. So Madeline's color grade is messed up now. The game doesn't expect you to enter this area from what was called the Astral Gallery, which has like a different color grade. So Madeline's going to look like this for a little bit, and it's very funny.
Game not expecting us to do funny things is going to become a theme in this run.
Yeah.
Good,
Sorry,
I'm here
flagpole. All right, so this is the Venom Spore Thicket. This has a lot of these bouncy mushrooms and cobwebs that you would see from Chapter 2 of Into the Jungle, classic Celeste mod.
Coming up here is our first new ability. A bomb kit. You can be still on the ground and press a button to spawn a bomb. It's like Theo, and also after some time it blows up, it can break walls, it can also press down these buttons.
Almost. This is a... that's not where I wanted that to go at all. This strat's really hard. It was a recent change to the route, but we can play it safe. It's fine. And over here is one of the first abilities that really helps us make this level fast. That is the Anchor Tablet, which gives us the ability to basically fast travel from warp station to warp station. Oops. Didn't mean to dash like that.
Shoutouts to the button on the right side of this screen. My task route was very different because I simply did not see that button.
Yeah, I think I was routing something like to try to get past that wall, and I'm like, wait, there's just a button there. I forgot. All right. Unfortunate auto-scroller room in here. We're going to turn on this on-off switch that you might recognize from Super Mario World. And that berry collected, the dash code to this room is the path that the auto-scroller takes, so that was a really fun... I did not do this right at all. But you know what? For safety, it's fine. There we go. All right. So there is a difference between yellow blocks and blue blocks. The yellow blocks are kind of intended for you to have mega bombs, which will be another ability later. But those bombs will do just fine for now.
This ability is great.
I love this one.
The intended part of it is be up against a wall and hold grab and dash away from the wall and zoom.
Basically. And this is the first of, or the second of many comically large dash codes. This is pretty similar to the Golden Path in Tunic. You need to collect all of the journal pages in order to be able to open this door, but since we have the code, we don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our cat.
Meow.
Somebody say meow? All right, from here it becomes a little bit of collection from here. We're not going to get another item for a little bit, but there are a couple of berries hidden away. Let's see if we can get this one. Yeah! Good chow!
If you lightning dash at a very specific height, there's a leniency mechanic where you can climb jump, and that takes you out of dash state, so you can jump and stuff, but it'll give you the speed back if you're close enough to the top of the wall.
There are a few rooms that you can... There's a lot of rooms in this area that you can only access if you have the lightning dash, or you can only open them with bombs, or you can only open with mega bombs. So that's another part of the macro routing, is just like there's a couple of items that you just cannot get until you have certain abilities. This is one of my favorite. Whoops, I did not press the right button. Sad. It's all right. I just want to talk to the foxes a little bit more. A lot of fox friends and a lot of really cute art in the background of Flagpole 1-Up's other fantastic maps. Also, trans rights room.
Mm-hmm.
This fox says, of course, trans rights, because there is a cipher in this particular map. You can just translate it A to Z, and that room is what made me grab a notebook and actually decide to try to translate the language. It was very, very good.
It's also how a lot of people figure it out, because everyone just assumes it says trans rights.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we were correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna scroll up my notepad because I don't need to do some other stuff for a little bit. So this is the Bell Tower Atoll. This is kind of the last area in the game, but there's a lot of... It's so big that you're going to be doing a lot of other stuff first. Madeline, why did you uncrouch there? I did not want that.
This room is impossible. This is par for the course.
It's so hard. I don't make it any easier, but... Because the goal is for me to try to do the dash code that the room is shaped like fast enough that I can also... nice corner glide. So I can collect both berries pretty quickly at the end. This elevator we don't need.
Nice.
Yes! Elevators are funky. If you activate the button and then 1 frame later are in the walls of the elevator, then you just clip out of the elevator. So you gotta like there's a couple of little bits of setups there, but if you basically go fast enough with like a hyper dash or a lightning dash or something, you can basically just get stuck in the wall.
This one's called 69 Skip. That's one of the more benign skip names in this level. If you want to hear the really unhinged ones, go follow Carrie. We probably shouldn't say them here.
Yeah, so the auto-scroller that's in that room will flash numbers on it, and the original time that I was able to figure out how to do that room fast used the number 69 as a visual cue. But then I found a faster strat that uses like 26, so... have an auto scroller here, which is a little bit unfortunately kind of difficult to skip. And see if I can get breadsticks here. We're all going to Olive Garden, baby. I think that's one of the first bounce jumps in the run.
Yeah, so okay, first off I need to yap more about this manual trick. So funny story, the dummy state, like, you can cancel it anytime you want by closing the manual, and if you are on ground, which is loaded everywhere, but not in dummy state, you won't transition. So you can use that to make the game think you're in a room higher than you actually are, and use it to clip through platforms, like we see here.
That should work. This strat is consistent, I promise. I'm so good. And we skip this room right there. And then we do not talk to this fox friend. We grab a journal and go into an unfortunately really long auto-scroller room that I only added to the route this week, and I'm angry at myself for it. So we're gonna jump over here. The reason why I do this way is because it allows me to go through this factory section from top to bottom, so I can actually collect a few berries and items way more consistent and way faster. I missed that by a frame. You can skip every elevator in this map, but again, since it's basically kind of a one-frame trick, it's unfortunately really just hard to get out of nowhere. Oh, I forgot to do the thing that we talked about before the run started. I didn't switch my bombs. It's okay. It's going to be fine. So this area, the biotope, is basically similar to, like, the quarry in Tunic. You can tell by, like, the music and stuff. One of the other reasons why I've started going from top to bottom in this particular map is just because all of the berries that we need to collect in here are possible via, like, the items that I get at the start in the terrarium. All right, we're gonna get this, and we're gonna warp out, and now we're gonna do a little bit of collecting. Factory is good. We don't need that anymore. Get this berry, and then we're gonna lightning dash from this room into this room. Break a wall. Boom. Grab this one. Go here. Boom. Then there's been a berry in this room the whole time, but I just, like, it's really slow to get it early, and it makes me so sad. I should collect those. Thank you. There we go. Funny enough, all of the journal collections end up becoming kind of their own little visual cue for a lot of those dummy falls. I don't have, like, any way of knowing where Madeline is, so by flipping through the pages, if I count, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the pages, then I have an approximate idea of where Madeline is.
Really cool movement here. She's going to... Oh, that'll work. She moves in a specific way so that the dashes are the first couple of dashes in the code to open that room, and the trigger remembers what part you've done, so you can leave it and come back later and just finish the code, and it's much faster.
I tried to do a right dash, but my I buffered something, and I ended up doing, like, another right dash, and it just, like, messed something up on the code. Sometimes you just know. That's unfortunate. Gonna get this berry right here. Try to escape without that, like, making us explode. And then we're gonna grab here. Lightning dash out of here. And now we're gonna go and get, make our way towards an item called the Feather. The Feather is like Madeline's little parachute. It's going to help us in some windy sections. But first, we need to fall into another puzzle room. We have a little toy Madeline that tells you the dash code by bouncing across the screen, which is really cute. Almost. You can do another, like, really quick corner boost off a lightning dash in that room, but that one's really hard to see. There's a little berry here that's hidden in the sand over here, which is really cute. Again, we all know the code, so we're good. And we get the feather. And now we're going to head into the atoll. And the reason I'm heading into the atoll is this area actually has something that you should collect early, called the swimming vest. And the swimming vest helps you navigate through water. You did not see me interact much with water early on in this map, and that's for a reason. It's basically like pressurized water if you don't have the swimming vest. So Madeline doesn't jump as high or go as far in many spots. So by getting the swimming vest, this is going to make going to another area a lot faster and way more consistent and just less bad. This is the Molly demo. This is for Molly.
I found this one, Smile.
Smile. All right, and the final puzzle room to get, like, all the crystals to get a journal page are hidden in this room up here. This room, casually, you cannot get to or should not get to unless you enter it from the room above. But the fun thing about the Mega Bombs is they take a little bit longer to blow up. But they give you a boost off of it, which refreshes your dash, which means that if I time that at the right moment, nice. Just throw Madeline into the abyss. If I do that at the right time, I can. Molly, was that bad? Did I do a bad?
I don't think so.
All right, we might have done a bad, but we're gonna find out.
Okay, no, you're good.
We're good? Oh, that's right, because that berry collected. Should we explain what I almost might have done? Because I think it would be very funny.
Sure. There's something you can do. I still don't fully understand it, but if you don't collect a berry attached to a block in a certain way, then a nothing gets stuck following you. It removes your ability to collect other berries, and if you collect the heart, it crashes the game.
So I almost did a bad. I almost did a real bad. Which one is this one? This one. So now we're going to be making our way into an area called the Artificer Reality Garden. Shout out to Zolimono. This area has really secret journals that you don't really need for completion, but they're all really cute and very meta puzzles that give you a look into Flagpole's dev experience making this map. And then we enter the Astral Gallery for real, because now we have 3 more journal entries to get here. Those are 2 of them. And because this game is unhinged, there is one more secret, which is this area called the Crossover Collection. If you thought there weren't enough dash codes, I have good news for you. You have to play 3 more levels in the Secret Santa collab to get these dash codes. And you should play the Secret Santa collab 2024 because it's really good.
You should.
You should. All right, so we're reaching the end game. We have almost everything. Pretty much just about all of our abilities. Actually, no, we have all of the abilities. Madeline, why'd you go that way? What happened there, honey? Where is the feather? Reversing off a 1 tile is really hard. I think Madeline's just tired. I think we're all just tired.
Yeah.
All right, this room is kind of funny because it kind of expects you to do it in a certain way intended, and you need the lightning dash, but I just basically do the same move twice, and the room's over. Scary demo here. Molly will tell you, many will tell you that I did 2 runs yesterday that were on PB pace, and I almost accidentally restarted the chapter, pause buffering that demo.
Yeah, that's real. I've been there.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know what happened. I was either holding my D-pad in a certain way, or like I was holding like a down and confirm button, but I was like on really good PB pace, and just all of a sudden heard the sound of, would you like to restart the chapter? And I was like, no, please, no, I don't want to do that.
I think I managed to miss every single bounce jump, so I'll talk about it now. The way that the lightning dash goes very speedy is it just multiplies your speed by 3. If you do something that isn't dash on the first frame that the dash should start, it applies the multiplier to that. That was apparently a bug. I honestly thought it might have been intended, because it's really cool.
It is really cool. Alright, we got that berry hidden in the clouds. And we are off to collect the hearts, which has the silliest combination of dash codes I think I've ever done.
Yeah, so do the first 2 dashes in that bottom code, and then it'll remember the rest of it for later while she does this top one.
Oh no, that's so sad. Madeline did not. That was the second to last input, and Madeline just decided to not do that correctly. Alright, time will be coming up soon as long as I stop dashing in the incorrect areas. So we get our berry just as the heart shows up. We collect the heart, and time.
GG.
All right,
That is
GG.
Voyage. That is all of Voyage. 38 berries, 21 journal entries, 11 abilities, and petting a cat. There is one thing we did not do in this run because Molly and I have decided it's not 100%, but there's a bunny in this map, and it's very secretive, and you should play Voyage to find the bunny and find out how to see the bunny, because it's really, really good. It's really good. But that is Voyage. I will send you off real quick with some fanfare. Yippee.
Okay, good. If people want to play Voyage, where can they find it?
Yes, so I will actually pause this on this one because that desyncs and it starts to become really annoying. If you would like to play Voyage, and you should absolutely play Voyage because it is a fantastic map, then you want to go to Game Banana and you want to download the Secret Santa Collab 2024. This particular map is located in the Easy Lobby. It is absolutely for beginners. Despite what we showed, there is no tech involved, no tech required. Very, very beginner friendly. And while you're there, you should play all of the other maps that are out there because they're such a labor of love from the community, and they're all really, really high quality. But yeah, play Celeste mods. They're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me. If you liked this, we are still grinding for sub 21 for Voyage. You can find me at twitch.tv/carrarium. Molly, I know you do tasking. Where can we find your tasks?
YouTube, same username that I have here.
Awesome. Thank you for having me for Hotfix. This was great to show off. This is a passion project of mine over the last 2 months, and I'm really happy to show it off to all of you. Celeste speedrunning is incredibly fun, and not everybody has to be speedrunning the same map for you to have fun with it. I'm the only person running this, and this is a blast. Find your own fun, and yeah, make the most with what you get. I hope you all have a good night. I hope to see you for tomorrow's Hotfix special for day 2. And Trans Rights, thank you for having me.
Trans Rights, thank you so much for being on. A huge thank you to just everybody who was on today. We called this the Trans Day of Visibility celebration on Hotfix, and it really does feel like a celebration. Something about the vibes today have been very good. Thank you all in chat for continuously supporting every runner, every commentator, just everyone that has been on today. It has been an absolute blast. And we still have one more day of this, which is maybe the best part. If you have not seen the schedule for tomorrow, you can type !trans visibility in chat. That'll get you to that schedule. You definitely need to check it out. We're starting with a 3-person neon white race, and then there's so much ridiculousness after that. I'm so happy with the schedule. I've continued to say it, and I keep saying how excited I am for everything because I mean it. But with that, if you missed any of today's content, we started with Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, went into Tunic, which is relevant for Voyage. If you missed any of that, we will be rerunning the entirety of day 1 right after this, so stay tuned. You can see it for the first time, or you know what? Even if you want to just see it again, it's definitely worth rewatching. Please make sure you are following twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you haven't yet, so you are notified when we go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with that neon white race. I will be here again tomorrow night hosting, but I'm also running Super Monkey Ball 2 a little bit before that. I gotta plug my own run. But you know what? I will just keep yapping if I don't wrap it up. So I'm just going to say thank you all once again. We will see you all tomorrow. Thank you again, Gary, for being here. Have a great night, everyone. Check out the rerun if you missed the VOD, or if you want to catch the VODs later, you can catch them on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And I will stop rambling. I've been Helix. I will continue to be Helix, but I have been Helix, and I will see you all tomorrow.